Hello chess friends and welcome to Jozarov chess channel and welcome back to the FIDE World Rapid Chess Championship in 2022. So we had really a dynamic dynamic first day. After the first 5 rounds we have now 4 leaders with 4.5 points, which are Magnus Carlsen, Vladimir Fedoseev, Arjun Erigaisi and also the top grandmaster Jordan van Foreest. It will be still a tough battle for the throne. This will be still a tough battle for the first place, but I think also these other players, you see Anish Giri, Jan Krzysztof Duda, Nihal Nderim Saraci, all of these players with 4 points still I think have great chances. And also we should not forget about Hikaru Nakamura. Okay, he had maybe a slightly worse day today with 3.5 points out of the 5, but still I think he has chances to win the whole thing. And for instance, Nderim Saraci, okay, he lost the game today against the Magnus Carlsen with the black pieces, but still has 4 points. He won 4 games out of 5, so it will be still a tough battle. It will be incredible, I think, for the World Rapid Chess Championship. And I'm sure that tomorrow we'll see further surprises. We'll see further beautiful attacking games. So let's check out now one game by the leader Arjun Erigaisi. In my opinion, Arjun is really the rising star in the chess world. Arjun plays really brilliant chess in many of these previous chess events, like the Rapid Chess Championship, the other online chess events. Arjun is there always in the quarterfinal stage. He's, I think, not so far away from the top grandmaster level, from this elite grandmaster level. Maybe in a year or two, Arjun Erigaisi will start to win many of the super events. So be prepared. This will be, I think, a new era in chess where Arjun Erigaisi, I think, will play a very, very important role. So he has, as I said, 4.5 points out of the first 5 rounds, and I've sorted out really beautiful, impressive game that could be also quite an instructive game. I think you can use this game in order to get a better understanding of a d4 play. It was a game where Arjun Erigaisi played with the black pieces against Nderim Saraci from Kosovo. Really a beautiful chess game. Really, I think, an instructive one. Be prepared. This is again beautiful chess here by Arjun Erigaisi. So here Nderim Saraci opened with the move d4. Arjun's response was d5, so he goes first of all into the symmetry. We have knight to f3, knight to f6, and we have now the queen's gambit with the move c4. Here e6, the queen's gambit declined. After move knight to c3, we have now the Semi-Slav defense by Arjun Erigaisi. Really, first of all, a solid structure, building this beautiful triangle system here. Really solid position in the center of the board. So here the continuation, we have now the move e3, and this line I don't like. I have to say it immediately. I don't like this passive lines by white when white is trying e3 or b3 here. With this announcement with b3, white is saying obviously that he's trying to develop the Darsko bishop here, but the Darsko bishop is always blocked out by the d4 pawn if you play b3. If you play e3, basically the same thing happens. Still your bishop is blocked out by its own pawn. So in my opinion, this e3, okay, these are quite solid systems, but they don't bring you so much. I think you should go into more aggressive lines with bishop to g5, bishop to f4, similar stuff. You should go really aggressive into the game. And see now how Arjun will, I'm not saying he's punishing the system, but he shows, I think, how bad it is if you're playing with the white pieces and if you play just too passively in the beginning. So after move e3, here Arjun prepares a beautiful idea. He's waiting white to play the move bishop to d3, and then he's trying d takes c4, b5. This is the common method in the Semi-Slav defense. Okay, you're allowing your opponent to get here this after move d takes c4, good control of the center with both of the pawns, but you get an extra tempo with this b5 method, and then later you're trying also to break the position with the move c5. So here queen to c2, and again you see it's not really the best of moves here that Nderim Saraci is playing. He's playing, of course, a delaying move. He wants here black to take d takes c4 immediately, then the bishop can come out with a tempo. So that's why he's delaying the bishop's move. But notice when the queen comes on c2, many times the queen gets endangered by some activities on with the rook on the c file. And see now how Arjun will do this. He's playing now, first of all, knight to d7. He is delaying also the move. He's waiting white to play now with the bishop, and now finally he's playing d takes c4, bishop to c4, and now after move b5, bishop to e2, bishop to b7, kingside castling, and now c5. You see, okay, Arjun is saying I allowed you here to have this powerful pawn center, but now I will break it with this move c5. So obviously white cannot rely on this powerful central control, and notice still this bishop on c1 is simply blocked out by its own pawn structure. So that's what I don't like about this line, and believe me or not, here black is already taking over when it comes to computer relations. That's something that you don't want to get. In move 10, black is already slightly better. This is really, really incredible. So here, that's why d takes c5, bishop to c5. The bishop comes out now with a beautiful tempo. We have now a3, rook to c8, and you see now how bad it was in the beginning to play this move, queen to c2. Now the queen is lined up with the rook, and there are always some tactical threats on the c file. So bishop to d2, kingside castling, rook to d1. So here Nderim Saraci is also doing the same thing. He's trying to get some kind of an activity against the queen, but now Arjun plays a beautiful move, bishop to d6, and he's already announcing some beautiful attacks with ideas of queen to c7, maybe lining up here a battery. Look at this bishop is very active. The knight can be centralized. This knight is very active. So surely but slowly here Arjun Erigaisi is building a beautiful attacking formation. So here we have here rook to c1, we have knight to e5, knight takes e5, bishop to e5, and with this maneuver, bishop to d6 and knight to e5, Arjun Erigaisi got rid of a very, very important defender of the king. The knight on f3 was a great protector of the square h7, was also a great protector of this long diagonal. Now Arjun got rid of it and has now a beautiful attacking formation with this beautiful bishop there. So now comes queen to b3. Here white has to get out of this tactical mess on the c file. If you play something like bishop to e1, if you try to attack the queen, nothing dramatically changed. There is a beautiful square that black can use in order to hide. In the later stage of the game, we're trying maybe some ideas of queen to a7, maybe queen to b8, so getting maybe this kind of a battery. So you have here, I think, still a beautiful flexibility. So as we said, queen to b3 was played by Nderim Saraci. We have here bishop to b8, here bishop to e1, attacking now the queen, and now already with the move queen to c7, here Arjun Erigaisi is even threatening immediately a checkmate on h2 with bishop takes h2 and followed with queen to h1. So that's why white needs to react with the move g3, but at least one mission accomplished, I think. You see, okay, you're blocking out this position with the move g3, but now there is a new threat. You're opening simply now this long diagonal for this potential battery. So with these maneuvers, with these ideas, Arjun Erigaisi at least provoked some structural weaknesses in front of the king. Really, really beautiful play. So we have here queen to e7, getting finally out of this tactical mess also on the c file. We have now the move f3, and now after move knight to d7, bishop to f2, now here Arjun Erigaisi found his beautiful target. He's attacking now immediately the f3 pawn. And what to do? Here, Nderim Saraci has to play the move e4. Okay, you're temporarily blocking out this position, you're blocking out somehow this bishop pair, but look at this. This is not anymore a healthy pawn structure in front of white's king. With his maneuvers, really Arjun provoked some further weaknesses. We have now f5 here. Arjun is trying, of course, this idea, e takes f5, then he could take here the pawn on f3. In the continuation now comes king to g2, and that was now, I think, the crucial mistake in the game, because getting in front of the bishop like this is a suicide. This is something that you should not do. From this point on, I think Arjun is taking over. This game becomes now really a one-way ticket, because the move that I think could have helped white out is move f4. That's the only way to make some kind of a defensive setup here, because after knight to g5 or g4 or something, then white has to give up again the bishop pair with bishop to g4, f takes g4. This pawn structure is doubled, but again, I think in the near future, with some ideas of, I don't know, maybe queen to c6, bishop to b7, this could be very, very dangerous. You're always vulnerable to some checkmate threats on this long diagonal, so maybe so far it's defendable. Maybe black cannot attack this position immediately, but later when the position is more simplified, when the rooks are off the board, I guarantee you in such an open game the bishop pair is much better here for white. So here king to g2, as we said, is even much worse. Here the game, as I said, becomes a one-way ticket, because Arjun is sensing some blood here around the square f3. He's trying now this kind of an idea, f takes e4, bishop to e4, knight to f3, and similar stuff. f4 is also here a threat. So as I said, really bad game here for white. So bishop to d4, we have now knight to c4, bishop to c4, rook to c4. Okay, here at least white got rid of this annoying knight in the center of the board, but actually lost a very powerful bishop pair. Look at this. There's no defense here around the square f3. Now the position is broken and the position is falling apart for white. So we have now the move e5, but now f4. Here Arjun is trying to open the position further. Of course, white is trying to close the position as much as he can, but now with the move h5, with his beautiful bishop pair, this is a pure destruction of white's pawn structure. We have now the move h3, queen to g6, and there is now the threat, of course, here, h takes g4. After h takes g4, we can even play queen to g4, because you cannot take with f takes g4 because of this powerful activity of the light square bishop. So we have king to f2 here. White tries to get out of this tactical mess, but now after move queen to g5 here, white tried some kind of a tactic, knight to b5. Here the continuation after rook to c1 and rook to c1, bishop to d5. Actually, in this position, Nderim Saraci immediately resigns. So you see, even if you try after move queen to g5, okay, you can maybe try this kind of an idea, knight to e2. Preventing some ideas on dark squares. Maybe you're controlling further the g3, but actually nothing dramatically changed. Still, you have this check. You have to now find, I think, go on a light square if you want to protect further f3 pawn. Now we pick up here the pawn again with this checks. It's still a devastating position. It's again game over. So incredible game, I think, by Arjun Erigaisi. Really solid game from the beginning. This was the way to go. Really, I think he understands this ideas of the Semi-Slav in a good way. Brilliant play here with the black pieces. And as I said, let's check out again this current standings. Arjun Erigaisi is now in the lead, combined with Magnus Carlsen, with Vladimir Fedoseev and Jordan van Forest. We have to say, Arjun Erigaisi played today against Magnus Carlsen. He had, I think, a much better position against Magnus through the whole game. Magnus got away with murder, I think, again in the game against Arjun Erigaisi, so he doesn't have to play again against Magnus Carlsen. So everything is in his hands, I think. If he plays like he played in the day one, I think Arjun Erigaisi can be maybe one of the favorites to win the whole thing. So okay, I hope that you enjoyed the game. I really enjoyed it a lot. Interesting ideas of the Semi-Slav defense. If you want to see our previous game that we have analyzed today, check out the Derby Magnus Carlsen versus Nodirbek Satorov. It was a brilliant tactical game. Here's the link of the game. You can also check it out. And if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you soon with some more videos, and what to say, chess is the best, of course.